Hello everyone and welcome back to Horror Romance, and I'll be playing Day 2. Chapter 2, a new idea. I wake up even more tired than yesterday. After the nightmare, sleeping had become a challenge and the anxiety turned sleeping into a whole effort. The sun was peeking through the horizon, but I didn't want to drag on the bedtime anymore. It wasn't doing anything for me either way. I get up to walk down to my little kitchen. I leave the coffee machine to do its thing while I make breakfast. I needed some sort of sound that dragged me away from my own thoughts for a while, so I take the remote and turn the TV on. Following the investigation into the growing drug trafficking in Amityville, the mayor announces that he's doing everything possible to locate and dismantle the drug trafficking ring. You think murders would be their problem in this town? They say know where to look for a job if the cafe doesn't work out. I change the channel. The news are not the best way to calm anxiety. I zap between channels until I find a criminology series. Maybe not the best moment to watch something like this, but it manages to calm me down. Going back to breakfast, I start making some eggs with bacon and toast. After the toast is done, I pour a cup of coffee and sit down to eat, distracting myself thinking about what needs to be organized for the cafe today. When I'm done eating, I take a shower and dress myself, grooming my hair properly for the day. When I'm ready, the sun's already out and it's just the time to go to work. As I get out of my house, I have to thank the guy upstairs for giving me a casual encounter with someone that's not Mr. Torrance. Oh, he's back. I managed to see my strange and enigmatic neighbor watering the plants in the building. He turns to look at me and I can see his penetrating gaze under the darkness of his mask. Oh, good morning, Michael, right? He didn't say anything. He just looks at me and goes back to what he was doing, but he didn't take his eyes off me. Have a good day. I took refuge in simple cordiality and headed down the street, noticing that he nodded to me as I passed by. I walk around the city, going to the supermarket before going to the cafe for the last-minute supplies. It doesn't take me long, so I head to the cafe, which luckily for me is near the supermarket. When I arrive, Carrie's at the door, waiting. Remind me to give you a punctuality bonus. You don't have to worry about that. The pay's enough for me. I chuckle as I head to open the door and enter the cafe to finally start today's shift. I'm heading to the warehouse to get everything ready. Clear the tables while I take care of the coffee. Right away. I take out some bags of coffee and put them in the basket along with spices and milk. I go to the counter to turn on the coffee makers and the blender. I notice that everything is ready, and before I know it, Carrie has already finished with the tables. Already? Shit, you're more agile and faster than you look. It's one thing I'm good at. By the way, you've got more dark circles under your eyes. Did you sleep well? To be honest, I haven't slept well for years. I'm still functional. That's what matters. I know what that's like. But I've learned ways to sleep well despite everything. I'll tell you whenever you want. I answer her goodwill with a smile. Carrie feels like a breath of fresh air in my life, so sweet and genuine. Okay, you can tell me when we're closing. We're all set up for now. Put up the sign so the customers can come in. Carrie's going to open the cafe and take care of everything behind the counter. Soon some customers come for their coffee. I try to focus on simple tasks. Prepare, mix, heat, serve. It repeats in my head like a mantra, and that relaxes me for a while until a small figure surprises me. Oh, he's back. Today I came right on time. Ugh, this again. That's something, I guess. Welcome, what would you like? Same as yesterday, and quick, darling. I let out a sigh, went to make the coffee like he asked for yesterday. A caramel macchiato. I grimaced at the amount of sugar in it and just decided to hand him his drink without saying anything else. Did he really have a lot of sugar? Drink for Charlie? It's Chucky. Who the fuck is called Chucky? Who the fuck's called Marie? He almost snatched the glass from my hand, but he didn't reach it. I controlled myself from laughing and handed him the glass. He just took it, irritated. However, when he took a sip, all the annoyance seemed to leave his face. My favorite. You prepared it very well. You will make me come here more often. Tipping is handled in cash, not in flirtatious attempts. Your loss. I wash the shirt stack, drink his coffee, and sit down in the armchairs at the back. I sigh and watch Carrie walk past him confused. She is so baffled that she ends up approaching me again. Why is there a good guy doll drinking coffee? A what now? Good guy, very popular in the 90s. They recently released a new line, more technological and bigger, modernized. I hadn't noticed until Carrie mentioned it. He was a fucking doll, indeed. I noticed his hands. He's so inconspicuous because he's so well made. But he has small, youthful proportions. I was already wondering how he was holding the cup with both hands. You know what? At this point, I don't want to know anything. Just ignore it. Okay. I chose to ignore the doll. Maybe it's just someone playing with it, or it's a really well-made costume. Something silly like that. I really need to focus on that right now. I'll focus on work. I get an order for almond milk, but I quickly notice that it's already gone. I need to go find more in the warehouse. I don't think about it much, but after making such carries, Carrie can care of the rest of the customers and head to the back. I go to the shelf to get the milk among the products. I try to stretch to reach up, but someone grabs it. I'm scared to death when I see a hand with sharp claws holding milk and offering it. Looking down, I see a horribly burned face, but with very striking features. Oh, he's back. I jump back in fright, noticing the figure in front of mine. Who are you? This place is for employees only. Oh, so now you're scared? Hey, did you hear me, sir? Back off or I'll call the police. I'd love to see you try that. I see him examining the milk. Hear me right? You don't seem like anything special, so why couldn't I kill you? What? Yeah, last night in the freaking dream. You weren't scared at all. You even kicked me out of a nightmare. I process everything he tells me, but it just seems impossible. My dream? Was this guy from the dream? Well, he has a similar silhouette. However, it doesn't make any sense. Yep, definitely one that's now. I end up grabbing a carton of milk from his hand and walking to the back door. If I ignore him, he'll go away. It's just an illusion. I'm hallucinating again, and that's all it is. I go out of the bar and focus on making coffee. I keep repeating the same thing to myself over and over again. It's a hallucination. First the doll, now him. It's a strange day and not even a noon. The doll is very much real. Carrie could see it. Some manners you have. Weren't you taught not to leave others talking to themselves? Oh shit. I jump in fright and almost spill the coffee, but I save it. I finish preparing it, controlling the shaking of my hands due to the small anxiety attack that grips my breathing. Order ready. You can't ignore me forever, you know, right? I could literally haunt your dreams. Wouldn't be the first one, I assure you. He doesn't seem to be taking it any better. He opens his mouth to answer me, but the customer who comes for his drink is the one who speaks to him. Can I see him too? Wow, your makeup is great. It looks so realistic. It's a great cosplay. Yeah, whatever. Get lost, moron. Looks like the one from that legend, the one about the dream guy. Customer leaves, chatting intrigued by the man in front of me. If they could see him, he's not a figment of my imagination. Is he real then? I should stop ignoring him. Who are you? Freddy Krueger. Known for the nightmares, but let's just say it didn't turn out too well. So you're like a dream entity? A sleep paralysis demon? Something like that. I explained it too many times already and it's annoying. Stick with that explanation. Shit, this city can't be any weirder. If you want to kill me, why don't you do it already? First off, it's not just like that. This is an art, you little shit. My art. Second, I don't have that much strength and freedom in the earthly world, so I can't. But that's where the issue comes in. You were my victim last night and I couldn't kill you. Why? What do I know? You're the expert. I complained that I was returning to work while serving another order. I saw some girls admiring Freddy's makeup. Wow, your appearance is brutal. I didn't know this cafe was horror themed. I listened to them chatter and roll my eyes. These days young people wanna fuck everything. She's not lying. People really wanna do everything. I continue to ignore Freddy and focus on serving the meals, but I notice more orders starting to come in. More and more, everyone talks to about Freddy. He started to continue with the lie of the costume, explaining how he did it. What a showman he is. I notice more people joining in to listen to him, but a group also sits down with Chucky. Apparently, he only jokes with insults and people laughed, amused. Do people like this? Well, the adrenaline is a good draw. Maybe I could talk to them and... No. I'll be out of my mind to have those two working for me. A pseudo dream demon or whatever Chucky is. It's crazy. Just when I'm about to give up the idea, the plastic princess walks into my cafe. Not Chanel! You better make my coffee right today, and without any complaints. If you don't like it, you could always go to another coffee shop. Honey, with my influence and money, you should pray for me to become a regular. Otherwise, you'll never be able to. Ugh, what an ugly creep. Just as ugly as you, but your ugliness comes from the inside, Blondie. Excuse me, do you know who I am? A rare medium beef. Don't know all the whores in town, just the older ones. Maybe I know your mother? You did not just say that, and you. She points at me with her index finger wrapped in nylon glove. If you don't get this old creep out, I swear I'll never set foot in here again. You promise? You gonna keep that? She turns around and clicks her huge heels against the floor as she walks away. Maybe having these two here is a perfect solution to all my problems. What a nightmare it must be to live in your skin. You put up with people like that on a daily basis? Make a coffee quickly and quietly to serve it to Freddy. Like, I don't really have an answer to the question you asked me earlier. I'm just trying to make a living, but maybe we can figure it out together? You want us to find out how I can kill you? It goes deeper than that. Just sit back and wait for me to free up. I'll explain. Freddy grabbed a coffee cup and tried it, gave it a thumbs up, and decided to go sit down. I'll give you a chance, but only because you make an excellent coffee. Dang, does everyone in this town make shitty coffee then? I let him go and go to work. The orders kept coming, even Carrie had to help me. Chucky and Freddy didn't leave. They seemed pleased with the attention and scaring a few people. I took charge of collecting the money and making sure the coffees kept coming to the customers. By the time I realized it, it was already time to close. There was a nice twilight on the horizon. I closed the doors and took 2 pastries to open them both. Just warning you, if they're poisoned, you're just adding more flavor. Rat poison doesn't work on me. No, nothing like that. You brought customers in. It's a thank you gift. Oh, then I'll accept it. I never say no to free candy. Then he puts the cake in his mouth, savoring it. At least, I know he likes my baking. I've been checking out how you've been around today and the attention you've drawn to the cafe. Actually, I have a proposition for you. They both fix their gaze on me. I'm offering you 2 a job. They both started laughing out loud. I sighed, rolled my eyes, but let them finish without moving from there. You want us to work for a salary in your mediocre cafe? Oh please, sweetheart, that's the stupidest thing I've heard in years. Yeah, I don't care about the charity for the disabled. Unlike the old nutsack, I do have a body and like your thing in perfect working order. Okay. Wouldn't bid on that, Dolly. Just why did you come up with such a crazy idea? I never had so many customers before. I guess the dark appearance of the cafe and your presence made people think you were part of the themed cafe. It's just that I'm adorable. They can't help but adore my pretty face. They were looking at me when they came in. The point is, I need this. I don't care if you say no. Seems like you made your choice. Look, maybe I can help you, but tell me, why are you doing this? I already told you I wanted to kill you, so why keep me by your side? I want stability before I find love. Low-key, I want that money. Hold up, let me save. Stability before I find love, disgusting amounts of money. Let's go with this. Want stability first. Someday, I want to get married, but while I wait, I want to be okay. I want to live quietly before I find my special someone. That's why I want my business to prosper. I knew that buying the cafe would bring me more death than profit, but I found a solution, and that is to hire you to attract customers. You're the ace up my sleeve. Wait, hold up. You know what? The first thing, it doesn't sound right. The second one, discussing amounts of money, that's really what we're here for. What am I talking about? Money, that's all I want. Do you know how much shit I've had to live through these past few years? I did something horrible, I ended up in prison, I bought a bankrupt cafe, just want my well-being. I didn't ask for anything else. I wanted economic stability. I want to be well. I don't want another low-paying job with a shitty boss. And you know what? I don't give a damn if you want to help me or not. I'll do with or without your weird asses running around my business. I let outside after letting it all out all the shit I was carrying on me. That was Carrie surprised, and the other 2 were amused. Huh, well, I appreciate the honesty. I dig it. Totally get your point. But you think a cafe full of freaks will get you that? That's the plan. I don't know if working in a cafe is something I've always dreamed of, but I still want to know what happened last night. I'll stay and help you. Who knows, maybe I'll have fun in the process. Don't know if that's a good sign, but I'm going to ignore it. What do you think? I watched Chucky eating his muffin without paying much attention. I'll pass. It sounds like a little crap. I won't work for minimum wage. Actually, I was planning to pay you for just insulting the customers. Now that's something completely different. I'm interested. Okay, now that everything's settled, you can go. I have several people in mind who could also work here. Come back tomorrow and we can get started right away. See you tomorrow, sweetie. You might want to have more sweets and desserts when I get back. Both figures stood up and walked away talking about something or arguing. I didn't really pay attention to them. Are you sure about this? They don't look very trustworthy. You're afraid of them? No, not really. I've got my ways of taking care of myself. What about you? Me too, Carrie. Don't worry about me. I'm sure of what I'm doing. Go home and rest. See you tomorrow. Carrie doesn't look convinced. However, she thinks for a few seconds and smiles, finally nodding and taking her things to leave. I, on the other hand, go out with the sun setting on the horizon. There is still daylight, so I should hurry. My experience in town has shown me that it's not safe to stay after dark. Along the way, I think about the people I've met in this strange city. Freddy and Chucky will do a good job, but they can't do it alone. I have some very curious neighbors, to be honest. Some of them could be useful. Michael looks scary. Maybe it would be a good idea to talk to him about the cafe. I can't think of anyone better. However, Jack, my landlord, worries me much more. For some reason I don't understand yet. I'll have to avoid talking to him unless strictly necessary. Sadly, night fell quickly. I entered the building and looked for Michael's apartment. I remember that his sister Lori told me where to look for her. I clear my throat for courage and knock on the door with my knuckles. I wait for someone to come and I hear heavy footsteps and the door opens. Michael's enormous figure stands in front of me, and his intimidating pose with arms crossed. He seems to be waiting for me to say something. Oh, howdy neighbor. I struggle to speak for a moment. His gaze burrs into me like knives. An intimidating presence. I came here because, well, I'm looking for people with a special profile for my cafe. A striking profile. Shit, I don't even know what to say. Doesn't move an inch. Does this guy even breathe? Well, only if you're interested. I need staff. Staff? Are you offering my brother a job? Did he have a little sister in the movie? I don't remember. I'm starting to regret it. I think I'm annoying them. His sister has a similar presence to him. An intimidating girl. It's just an idea. I don't want to be invasive. Are you kidding? That's great news. Do you know how hard it is for him to get a job? Michael is a good handyman. He'll help you with whatever you need. I haven't said yes yet. I'm amazed when I hear him speak. He does it so little that I forget he can do it. Are you serious? You gotta stop working for Mr. Torrance. How much to pay? I tell him the details of the schedule, pay, and duty. Michael seems more interested now that he's informed. That sounds like a good deal. Come on, Michael. Should pay you more than Mr. Torrance in 2 weeks. Fine. Great. It's your first serious job. Amazing. Thank you so much, Henry. Thank you. Come to this address tomorrow morning. I give him the information to both of them and say goodbye. Michael was the first to go because back to his house. Hope he's not in a bad mood because of Lori's presence. Whatever. Can't waste any more time. Focus on the next one. I hope to find him there so I can head into town. I'm on my way to the supermarket. It's still relatively early, so there are people around. I start looking around, but I don't see the guy from before. I walk a little further, but quickly notice the nearby houses across the street. There's a guy from before, the one who spoke sign language. I see him sitting alone reading something, so I approach him carefully. Hey! Reintroduction. It seems like I drank booze from before I'm speaking. Notice him look up and focus on me. Unlike Michael, he's just big, but not intimidating. At least I don't feel like he's piercing my soul with his stare. I don't know if you remember me, but I'm the person from last time I shared my chocolate with you. He makes a gesture with his hand, gesturing until he forms the phrase, yes, of course I remember you in sign language. Thanks to the prison class for saving me once again. Oh, excellent. I own a cafe 2 blocks from here. I'm looking for people to work with. I think you're pretty interesting, and your appearance fits what we're looking for. It's a horror-themed cafe, so to speak. He looks at himself. He seems a little confused. No, I don't mean any harm. It's a good thing. I need people like you. Do you have any skills? He gestures again. I'm good at making coffee. What a curious coincidence. He doesn't seem offended. In fact, I think he might be interested, so I continue explaining. Well, I didn't expect that, but it's a nice surprise. Look, this is the job information. Come tomorrow as a trial day. He glances at the paper, then looks at me. He moves his hands. I'll talk to my mom about it. Oh yeah, he was Mama's boy. Okay, I'll take that as maybe. What's your name? He signs again. I'm Jason Voorhees. Jason, okay, well I hope we'll see you tomorrow at the cafe. You're more than welcome. I say goodbye to the big guy. He looks a bit surprised. He kept looking at the paper and then at me. I only have one person left and I don't know where he could be. Maybe in the last place I saw him? It's probably in that alley. That reminds me clearly of the way I met him. Okay, maybe it's not a good idea to do that. That guy cornered me with weird questions. It's not like I have any other options, so I head back home with the intention of stopping by that place. I seem to have summoned him by thinking about it because I quickly find him leaning against a poster on the wall. I almost passed by him on the last minute change of mind. Oh great! Leaving so soon? What is it today? My favorite horror series? Which one is it? I like The Mist. Oh, The Mist. It was so sad. Stephen King classic. But no, I saw what you were doing. It's kind of dangerous to have so many lunatics in one place, you know? Well, Jason and Michael don't seem... Wait, how do you know that? Have you been following me all day? He pulls out a camera and takes a photo of me. I feel a chill. Something tells me he does this gesture very often without his photo subject knowing it. Alright, he's a professional stalker. Alright, I'm out. I walk past him to continue walking. I knew this was an awful idea. Oh, come on. Are you going to ask me if I want to work at your cafe? Sorry, I don't like stalkers. He's not willing to let me go so easily, apparently. He starts following me and walking beside me. Come on, I can help you. I know how to handle advertisements. Believe me, I'm great at getting attention. Not really. I haven't noticed you all day. Aw, thanks. Not a compliment. You want to work with me just to harass me more. He makes maybe a gesture with his hands. Shameless. Forget it. I don't even know your name. I'm Ghostface. That's not a name, it's a nickname. It is my name. There's no other. I'm not gonna put that in the contract. Oh, is that what you need? Well, call me Billy Maker. Oh, that's his name? Is that your real name or a fake one? Look, I'll be honest with you, it's not, but I'm serious when I say that my real name is really Ghostface. Listen carefully, do you want to work for me? Well, you're not gonna harass me anymore. I need someone focused on the job, not obsessing over random people they just met. He crosses his arm, looking from side to side. For a few minutes, he seems to think seriously about it. Finally, he reaches out his hand to seal the deal. Deal. I glance at him briefly, debating whether to accept it or not. But it's true, I really need someone in charge of social media. If he knows, I'm out of option. I also extend my hand and shake his. Alright, come early tomorrow morning. Great, see you there, Moonry. He makes excited gestures and says goodbye, but not before giving me an invasive slap on the back of my head. I let out a surprised gasp and go shout at him, but he already moved away. I'm left with an insult at the tip of my tongue and my fist in the air, as if I were fighting against the breeze. I will definitely regret this. As soon as he shows his mask at the cafe, he'll hear me. Dumbass. I continue on my way home. I think those 5 will be more than enough. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. It doesn't look like a master plan to raise money, especially with such eccentric people. Freddy explicitly said he couldn't kill me in my dreams. Chucky's just annoying. I don't know anything about Michael or Jason, but something tells me those 2 of them aren't exactly ordinary men. They have a strange aura. And Ghostface, maybe it's not much of a problem for me, but maybe I should have thought about Carrie. Well, she seemed calm in the presence of those 2. She told me she could take care of herself, but I'll be keeping an eye on her anyway. I ended up arriving at my apartment with my head still full of thoughts. Barely even realized I'm here already. I sigh, a little tired. It's already late. I walk towards the door and now I see that guy, the customer. I think his name was Ash. What if it isn't my favorite barista? Oh, it's you. Do you live here? No, I know it's the guy at your cafe, and the others you were talking to throughout the day. Also stalking me? This is starting to become a recurring gag. Short answer, yes. Long answer, I noticed you were looking for them on purpose, and I wanted to take care of you. I said I didn't want to lose my favorite barista, that's why I gave you the talisman. The what? Oh, right, the finger? Yeah, the Saint's Finger. Don't know which one. But the important thing is that it protects you from evil entities. Evil entities like Freddy. Yes, the Dream Demon. So, you guys have all acknowledged he's a Dream Demon in this town. Okay. The Dream Demon is dangerous, but that will suffice for now. Wait, is that why you came to kill me last night in a dream? Yeah, exactly. You're starting to get it. Wow. Well, I wouldn't believe you if it weren't for everything I've seen today. Have you noticed the strange things that happen around here? I came to investigate to find out what such evil has gathered in this place. And truth be told, you helped me a lot by doing this. Is he a character from one of these movies? I feel like he is. Doing what? Putting some freaks to work for minimum wage? No, more than that. They'll be busy, and with your talisman, they'll do what you say in a certain way. They won't know it, but you'll be able to have it your way with them. This will not end well, will it? You won't tame them like circus beasts and force them to do what you tell them, but you can convince them, like you have a bonus on charisma, so to speak. So it's just a Dungeons and Dragons item? Yes, amazing, right? This is too nerdy to be real. But I don't see what's wrong with them, apart from Freddy, of course. Oh, you don't know it, but they are evil beings. At least all of them except your neighbor. He was the only vessel for one. And most importantly, they are murderers to a greater or lesser extent. Michael? He's possessed by someone? I'm surprised by what he's saying, but to be honest, a part of me isn't that shocked because, well, I guess I expected it. And now I understand why I felt something wrong. So you want me to keep an eye on a bunch of assassins? Don't worry, it's more about keeping them entertained. They're a bit old and honestly desperate to experience something new. But don't worry, if they try something, my team and I will help you. Your team? Yeah, some brats who helped me a while back with your friends, Jason and Freddy. The point is, I need you to be at the cafe. They'll help me investigate what's going on, maybe even stop more people from being killed. And who knows, maybe you'll even help them. Well, it's a strange request, but if I can help you and at the same time it's good for my cafe, it's a deal. Great, keep my number if you need any help with anything. Don't hesitate to let me know. Thanks for caring. I find it a bit hard to thank him because I'm usually the one who has to look out for others, but it's nice that for once in my life someone has my back, even if the reason is because I served them the coffee they like. Don't worry, Memory, it's my duty. He left with a smile. I felt like I was in a movie. There was a part of me that wanted to get rid of this. It's too much pressure. I came to this place precisely with the intention of not getting into any more trouble. But there was something inside my head that told me I can do something important, something good. Something worth taking on so much responsibility for. I let out a sigh. I feel exhaustion all of a sudden. I go up to my apartment to finally sleep. It's been such a weird day. Oh, that's the end of chapter 2 already. So, that was the end. So, we're just getting everyone together. Everyone... I don't even know what chapter 3 is going to be like when they're all acquainted with each other. I have a feeling they will not like each other. Some of them won't. Maybe the silent types. I feel like they all won't like the ghost space guy. He's kind of gives off that annoying, really annoying kid vibe. That's not funny. I think he's funny. That's what he gives off. And right playing this game, I realized I've never really seen all these movies in entirety. Like, I've seen parts of it. I think I watched Chucky when I was really, really young, but I don't remember anything of it. I just know of the characters, but not of the movies whatsoever. Is that it? Oh, chapter 3 is coming soon. Can't wait. Let's see what disaster all of them being together will bring. Well, and that is the end of this episode of Horror Romance. I'll see you all again in chapter 3. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye.